This video addresses the astrological correspondences in regard to the latest scandal Donald Trump finds himself in, namely the revelations that he has long known about Putin's Russia paying off the Taliban in Afghanistan, rewarding them for killing US soldiers. And that Trump not only did nothing about it, but continued open approval and promotion of Vladimir Putin at the same time. What can we say about our president, huh? Once again, he proves himself to be a true patriot, a brilliant exemplar of service to the nation. If you want to understand what is happening to Trump, focus on the transits to his three important chart areas. The full moon, with Sun Uranus opposite natal moon, involving degrees from 16 to 25 mutable. The late Cancer planet Saturn-Venus conjunction, and therefore cardinal degrees from 23 to 27. And the earlier cardinal degrees from 4 to 10, which will trigger his T-square formed by Neptune, Mercury, and Eris. You can see that the more rapid short-term transits of Sun, Mercury, and Venus pretty much take over the entire month of July, as Sun and Mercury stress that very T-square. But then you notice that Mars moves into those degrees from the 6th of July until about the 18th. And this would definitely be a potential correlation to the military scandal involving the killing of US troops by Taliban being paid by the Russians, which appears to have legs, as they say. And the Mars, being in a military sign and in his 9th of foreign affairs, becomes the perfect symbol signaling an acceleration of the story. Keeping in mind that, as it turns out, in one of the many ways Trump's luck has turned for the worst, Mars will not leave Aries until next year, because it is doing a retrograde tour within this sign. This topic becomes especially dangerous, and we need only look to August to notice that by the 12th, it'll be locking into his 12th sign, Saturn-Venus, thereby signaling yet more potential trouble from this sordid tale. And worse still, in September it stops dead at 28 degrees and then backtracks over the earlier degrees until October 9th or so for another pass. Now someone could say yes, but a lot of this time in the 26 to 28 degree area, Mars also trines itself in his chart, that rising Mars near his ascendant. True, but there, from my perspective, you need to make a judgment about which way this chart is turning in an overall sense, and then gauge which aspects will tend to dominate and decide how you think all of this will turn out. That it trines his rising Mars will certainly help him to express himself assertively and with smooth conviction. But then, this is nothing new, and the question is, since polls indicate the US populace now has a deep level of Trump fatigue due to his incompetence and mendacity, what good will it do him to express himself with conviction? My sense is the square to the two 12th house planets, which I should add is getting heavy reinforcement from Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, is likely to be a lot more significant. Now, as a matter of astrological interest, I will also say that planets, as they circulate in their transit motion, always bring their natal energy into play. Trump's Mars, just above the ascendant degrees at birth, is certainly very strong, but the square it makes to the midheaven is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it stimulates career efforts, and in the long term can be an ally by promoting energy expenditure towards success in the career realm. But the square also correlates with damage to that very area, and my sense is this may be one of those times. Planets square or opposed at birth are quite capable of causing hurt when they conjoin, sextile, or trine, especially when they get surrounded by troublesome bigger transits, which Trump is definitely entangled in. In summary, I think this military story has legs, and it's likely to, at minimum, damage Trump a little more and weaken what are already very dim prospects for re-election. That's at minimum. At anything from minimum to maximum, who knows? Anything is possible. I've been saying since 2017 that once we reached the middle of 2019, Trump was going to descend into a bad outcome, that could come at the November 2020 election, but nothing says it couldn't happen before that.